Hi, I'm Nicki Carson,
And I'm David Taylor,
and we are Elevation Dressage and Eventing.
and proudly sponsored by Bait Saddles.
My top horses are Deliza and FCF Midnight Encounter. They are both bred by my mother, Victoria Carson. Deliza, also known as Lizzie, is a 12-year-old Oldenburg mare. She's a chestnut redhead. And my sport pony, Frankie, is also a redhead, flashy little guy. David?
So I've got two. The first is Serendipity. She's a 11-year-old thoroughbred mare, bred and born here in Maryland. That I got as a 3-year-old, again from that local breeder. She's my upper level event horse. We call her Beans in the Barn. She's Bay. Actually, both my girls are Bay. The other one is Sauvignon Bay. She's a 7-year-old Oldenburg mare, again bred by Nicki's mother. We have really good support from her. She's getting ready to step up to the prelim and 2-star level, hopefully sometime later this fall.
Did you always want to be a professional rider?
Yes, I have always wanted to be a professional rider. My goal of riding and training started when I was 6 years old, and I wanted riding lessons, and from there on out, it's been a lifelong journey and passion.
No. Actually, I didn't figure out what I wanted to do up until probably about 8 years ago when I started managing a large eventing farm a little bit from here. But as I found myself, supporting Nicki's goals, I really started to develop my own, especially after a meeting with Heath Ryan last time he was here in the States. And it really pushed me to not only want to be, just a better rider myself, but actually start helping others improve themselves, and that's when that started for me.
What is something people don't know about you?
Something people don't know about me. I would say that people don't always know that I like to play dog sports on
She's
the
a crazy
side.
dog lady.
Yeah, I get to be a crazy dog lady. I did fly ball with my previous corgi, Trixie, and my current corgi, Zoe, is learning how to play agility.
People who know me know this, but I actually have a Class A CDL, which means I get to drive tractor trailers professionally. I did that to afford horses in the beginning, and now I've kept it as a fallback and helping us get around the country.
What does a typical day for you look like at home?
I'll let you answer this one.
A typical day at home, it involves taking care of horses at home, because we have some retirees that live back on the farm, and then getting to the training facility, which is 15 minutes from our house where we live, and getting started the day with our assistant Courtney.
Come here. Come here, in the frame.
Yeah, say hi.
There you go.
And she gets things going for us. I'm usually teaching in the summertime by 7 a.m. and getting clients settled and happy for the day. And then usually I get stuck riding in the heat of the day, which is totally fine. My training horses probably would say otherwise, but that's okay. And David is usually helping us with
All the maintenance, all the
Yeah.
landscape, the financial, the billing, the mundane aspect of horse training and running a
unfortunately.
business.
Yes, David helps keep us on track with all the little things that don't directly involve horses every second of every day. So he keeps us organized.
Don't get me wrong. I do ride and teach a little bit too, but I am the farm guy.
What does your typical day look like at competition?
Well, since I'm the one typically driving the truck and trailer there, I guess I'll answer that. It really depends on whether we're staying away or whether it's a day show. But it kind of starts the same way we do here at home. We're up early, we get the horses ready, get them fed. If they need a pre-ride or an exercise beforehand, that's when that happens. The thing about shows is it's really special for us. It's our chance to really, focus one-on-one with our horse, with our client, and really develop that relationship even more. It's our time to shine. It's no shows alike, so it's hard to say exactly what a typical show is, but I tell you, we really do enjoy it, though.
And I think that something we try really hard to do is keep the horse's routine as regular as possible. and make sure that they're happy so that they can do their best at every show.
What would you say your biggest achievements are?
I'll answer first. Since I guess mine's recent. About 2 years ago, I began my journey to become a cross-country course designer, and cross-country's always made a lot of sense to me. It's a little second nature. So this past spring, I was awarded my small R course design license through the USCF, and it's been really cool being part of a couple shows, being part of their team, and putting my knowledge and my studies to the test. What about you?
I would say my biggest accomplishment is currently, because they're always changing, that I've been able to bring my mare Lizzie from a foal all the way to the FEI level. We're currently schooling the Grand Prix and competing on the small tour level for the FEI, so that has been a massive accomplishment that I worked a lot of years to achieve, and I'm hoping I can do it again and again with more than one horse.
What are your goals for the coming years?
I would say my goals are to reach Grand Prix, to compete on the large tour circuit for the FEI, and continue to produce my event pony to the FEI level, because that's something I've never done before. He's got a lot of talent, and honestly, he will probably go further than I am brave at the eventing level. But I plan on hanging in there so that I can say that I've competed at that level in eventing just as much as dressage.
And for me, I have a unhealthy desire to go jump around a 5-star. I'd like it to be, Kentucky or hopefully the new Fair Hill here in the U.S.
Which is in our backyard.
It originally was supposed to be on Beans, but I have to say that Sally's showing that she may be slightly more talented, and I may have to wait a little bit longer, but that's definitely my goal is to get to the 5-star.
How did your relationship with Bates Saddlery start, and why did you choose Bates?
It's kind of a complicated, long story that we'll try to shorten up. I originally got a saddle here from a local tack shop. I was in desperate need of a dressage saddle, so I got the Bates Innova with the extended block.
Yeah.
And I had that was my first dressage saddle. Had it for a year or so with Beans. And then Nicki started riding at it, and she started using it with her young horses.
Yeah, one of my FEI young horses that I had.
And then we, kind of met some people and, met some representatives from Bates and really tried to open some doors. I know that I kind of worked a little tirelessly to make sure that door stayed open for us.
Right.
But, once we met the Bates team from Australia when they were here in the U.S. Releasing some product, it was all uphill for us, or downhill, not even uphill. The uphill battle's over, it's downhill, and since then we've, become part of their team.
Yeah, it was always something we wanted to do. We always wanted to have a saddle sponsor, and we love the product already. We really try to choose things that we believe in, and we do believe in the saddles, their comfort, adjustability, and for the rider and the horse. But it was something we had already fallen in love with, so we were really excited when we met the team at Bates, and we all kind of fit together with our goals.
Yeah, when Nicki met Ron Bates, you should have seen the little fangirl that happened. So that was definitely a really cool moment.
Got to pick his brain, understand the technology, which was really cool.
Which Bates saddle or saddles do you ride in, and why?
I ride in first and foremost, the Bates Innova Mono Plus, which is the newest dressage saddle that they had produced. I ride Lizzie in a brown short flap, which makes us both look wonderful. And for Frankie jumping, I ride in the Bates Advanta Mono, and that saddle has been a total game changer, especially for my jumping position in comfort cross country. And the seat on that saddle has what we like to refer to as the sweet spot. It's a little bit deeper but it's not restricting, which is one of the best things I love about the bait saddles, is I feel secure but not stuck.
And I ride in the bait dressage. It fits me like a glove. I love everything about it. It's comfortable. It's adjustable as all the saddles are, and that's what Beanie goes in. And then I use the Advana. That has to be my favorite saddle. It's super lightweight. You cannot get closer to your horse. I mean, the only way you get closer is to take the saddle off.
Yeah.
And then actually, both Nicki and I were lucky enough this past spring to both get a Victrix.
Yes.
And we're still putting the miles on that saddle, and it's turning out to be for a double flap saddle. It's an amazing saddle. It's as close as you're going to get in a traditional saddle.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've put a fun twist on that saddle with the colored leather, so now everybody can have a little individuality.
What color do you have?
I have navy. I'm kind of boring, but that's my favorite color.
And mine is pretty much like lipstick red.
Yes.
It's bright and flashy, but at the same time it's not over the top flashy. So
no,
it
pops though. It looks really sharp.
Inner line, what makes bait saddles different?
Innovation. It's their innovation in the saddles is unparalleled.
Technology. I think that'll be my line. That they're constantly working to improve the technology in their saddles and take it the next step further.
I hate to go. I can't limit it to just one line.
Yeah, it's hard.
But for another thing that like I said, when I tell people about baits, it's the adjustability. It's their adjustability to not just the horse.
Yep.
Not just the withers in their back and making a saddle perfectly fit to a horse whenever you need it to, but allowing the saddle to adjust to the rider between the contour blocks and the adjustable stirrup bars. There's nothing else to me that I know of that's even similar to it on the market. They're adjustable.
Yeah, and coming from a standpoint of teaching a lot of people and working with them in saddles that maybe aren't quite right for their position or balance, being able to put them in the bait saddle and say, look what you can do when you can make a 1/4 of an inch adjustment even on the stirrup bar, and it has a massive change in how they ride. It's awesome.
Like I said, one line is not enough for us, so we'll keep talking about it. If this interview goes on any longer, it's gonna be nonstop. This.
Yeah.
Next question.
What's some advice you give to an aspiring young rider? Something you wish you'd known?
Something I wish I'd known is that never stop pushing to find the person who's going to push you as hard as you want to push yourself. I feel like...
Still not pushing.
I know.
There's lots of pushing.
I wanted to be pushed, though. I wanted to be pushed outside my comfort zone, and I don't think everybody is willing to do that. And if you feel like you're kind of stuck, and it's hard when you're a young rider and you're kind of at the mercy of the adults around you, don't be afraid to voice your opinion and ask to be put in another situation.
It's hard for me because I didn't get into this until I was grown. I mean, I was into horses younger, but into this wanting to be a professional, I didn't get into this until a little bit ago. So I wish someone had just come to me when I was younger and went, "Hey, there's this awesome world waiting for you. All you got to do is just go to a farm and work and ride." But what I will say that a piece of advice that I will give and that was given to me is to ride with those who have been where you want to go.
That's a good way to put it.
As good as I can put it is if you want to be successful, you need to ride with someone who knows how to get you there, who knows the map.
I think that's essentially what I want to say, but Dave's a little better at it.
Fast 10.
Oh, Jesus.
Beach or bush?
What's a bush? Oh, no,
Where you're sitting.
Australia, sorry. No, that's woods, forest. Nick?
I'm beach. I like the beach.
Aussie-wise, I'm bush, or, in the U.S. here, it's definitely take me to the mountains, take me to the forest. I love the woods.
2, night in or night out?
think we're both going to agree that it's night in.
Night in.
Yeah, it's nice to stay at home because we spend most of our time out of our home and away from, like, I am a little bit of a crazy cat lady, too. So
No, don't get... She's a crazy cat lady, but she also just wants to sleep.
I just want to sleep.
With her cats.
That's true. They snuggle. I love it.
3, WEG or Olympics?
I think I'm going to say WEG.
Olympics. It's something I still want to experience. And, you know, it'd be great if I made it there. May not, but I'd love to just go watch.
4, mares, stallions, or geldings?
Mares.
Sadly
Hands
enough,
down.
I used to be a gelding guy, but, you know, I have nothing but, you know, a sea of estrogen surrounding me, so it's mares.
Yeah, absolutely mares. Nothing like a good mare. When they decide they're going to work for you, they'll go till they die.
5, dressage, show jumping, or cross country?
I hate that we have to answer this as one, but I'm going to answer as dressage. That's my first love.
Cross country, I'm a crazy eventer. It's cross country every day, all day.
6, grays, bays, or chestnuts?
Chestnuts.
Bays.
Chestnuts. That's
Bays.
why my hair is red.
Bays are better.
7, jacket or tails?
Tails. I think I worked really hard to wear tails, so I'm voting tails.
I'll go tails. There's something special about a long coat.
Right. You don't get to wear it all the time.
No. No, you don't get to look like a butler at a fancy hotel that often, so.
8, helmet or top hat?
Helmet.
Helmet,
We're totally mind your melon.
It's all about protecting your head. I'll get into it about safety, but for us, it is helmet all the time. No matter if you're goofing around, you know, real quick on a horse, hopping on a horse for a client, FEI shows,
Yeah.
we're helmets. You will always see us wearing a helmet.
9, oxer or triple bars?
I'm going to say triple bar just because we don't get to see it very often, so different ride, a little bit of fun.
And I love an oxer. I don't know. I've always been a little nervous about them, but going over an oxer and over again, there's something about flight with it. I love a horse that jumps a good oxer.
10, apples or carrots?
I'm going to say carrots. A really good crunchy orange carrot. I can enjoy that.
Right, carrot. There's, you know, bite for you, bite for your horse, bite for you, bite for your horse. It's a good give and take. So, you know, thanks guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Hope you learned a little bit about us, and, you know, please check out Bates. You know, we can't say enough good things about them, and want to thank Courtney for interviewing us today.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.